Have you ever wondered if time itself could bend, pause, or even reverse under forces far beyond human control? What if the ancient scriptures held secrets about the fabric of reality that modern physics still can't fully unravel? Welcome to a journey through the most puzzling moments in the Bible, where time appears to jump, stretch, or stand still in ways that defy every scientific explanation we have today. If you're the kind of person who loves exploring faith, history, and unexplained phenomena that challenge everything we think we know about the universe, you're going to want to stay right here until the very end, because the final twist in these stories might just leave you questioning the boundaries between the natural and the divine. Hit that like button if you're already intrigued. Subscribe for more deep dives like this, and let's uncover these mysterious time anomalies together. Deep in the book of Joshua, chapter 10, we find one of the most astonishing accounts of celestial and temporal intervention ever recorded. The Israelites, led by Joshua, are locked in a desperate battle against a powerful alliance of 5 Amorite kings near the city of Gibeon. The fight is fierce, daylight is fading, and victory hangs in the balance. In a moment of extraordinary faith, Joshua lifts his voice and prays aloud, commanding the sun to stand still over Gibeon and the moon to halt over the valley of Ajalon. According to the text, that is exactly what happened. The sun stopped in the middle of the sky and delayed its descent for nearly a full day, giving the Israelites the time they needed to secure a complete triumph. The Bible emphasizes that there has never been another day like it, when the Lord heeded the voice of a human being in such a dramatic fashion. Imagine the implications for a moment. If the Earth's rotation suddenly slowed or halted to make the sun appear motionless from our perspective, the physical consequences should have been catastrophic. Think global earthquakes, unstoppable tsunamis, and an atmosphere ripped apart by sudden changes in momentum. Yet the narrative describes no such worldwide disaster. The people simply continued their campaign as if the heavens themselves had obeyed a divine override. Scientists have spent centuries trying to rationalize this event through theories of atmospheric refraction, localized optical illusions, or even rare astronomical alignments. But none of these explanations hold up under scrutiny when matched against the precise wording of the account. The event reads less like a poetic metaphor and more like a literal suspension of the normal flow of time and motion, leaving astronomers and physicists without a mechanism that fits both the biblical details and the laws of physics as we understand them. This isn't an isolated incident, however. Just a few books later in the historical record, we encounter another striking manipulation of time during the reign of King Hezekiah of Judah. In the second book of Kings, chapter 20, and paralleled in Isaiah 38, Hezekiah falls gravely ill and is told by the prophet Isaiah that he will soon die. The king turns to God in earnest prayer, reminding the Lord of his faithful service. In response, God promises to heal him and add 15 more years to his life. As a confirming sign, the Lord offers something truly extraordinary. The shadow cast by the sun on the sundial of Ahaz will move backward 10 degrees. What had already progressed forward in the natural course of the day suddenly retreats, effectively reversing the apparent motion of the sun across the sky. Hezekiah's servants witness this miracle, and the king is restored. Once again, the scientific hurdles are immense. For the shadow to move backward on a sundial, either the Earth would have had to reverse its rotation momentarily, or the sun itself would have appeared to shift position in a way that violates every principle of orbital mechanics and gravity. Such a change would send shockwaves through the entire solar system, disrupting the orbits of planets and moons in ways that should have left permanent, observable traces in historical astronomical records from other ancient cultures. Yet outside the biblical text, we find no widespread reports of global panic or cosmic upheaval. Modern researchers have explored possibilities ranging from extreme solar flares to perspective tricks caused by unusual cloud formations, but these remain speculative at best. The event stands as a clear example of time appearing to fold backward at God's command, a temporal jump that no laboratory experiment or mathematical model has yet been able to replicate or adequately explain. These two accounts invite us to consider an even broader biblical perspective on time, one where the Creator exists outside the linear constraints that govern our daily lives. Passages elsewhere suggest that a single day with God can feel like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years like a single day, hinting that divine time operates on an entirely different scale from human experience. When viewed alongside the miracles of Joshua and Hezekiah, this framework paints a picture of reality in which time is not an unbreakable absolute, but a servant to a higher will. Over the centuries, skeptics and believers alike have debated whether these stories reflect actual historical events or powerful symbolic language. Yet the specificity of the details, the exact duration of the extended day, the precise number of degrees the shadow retreated, pushes many toward the conclusion that something genuinely extraordinary occurred, something that modern science, for all its advances in relativity and quantum mechanics, has not been able to duplicate or dismiss outright. Interestingly, these biblical mysteries have inspired countless discussions and even urban legends in our own era. One persistent tale claims that NASA scientists, while running complex calculations for space missions, stumbled upon a missing day in the historical record that aligned perfectly with the combined time anomalies described in Joshua and Hezekiah. Though later investigations revealed the story to be more legend than documented fact, its enduring popularity speaks to a deep human fascination with the idea that ancient scriptures might contain verifiable fingerprints of the supernatural. Whether or not that particular claim holds water, the core biblical events continue to resist easy categorization. They remain anomalies that sit at the crossroads of faith and reason, inviting us to ponder whether the universe we inhabit is more flexible, more responsive to divine purpose than any textbook equation suggests. As we reflect on these mysterious time jumps, it becomes clear that the Bible doesn't merely record history. It challenges our assumptions about the very nature of existence. Science excels at explaining the predictable rhythms of planets, the steady tick of atomic clocks, and the elegant dance of gravity and light. Yet moments like these remind us that there may be dimensions of reality that lie beyond measurement, where the rules bend because a greater authority stands outside the system entirely. These stories don't ask us to abandon reason. They invite us to expand it, to consider that the God who set the cosmos in motion can also intervene within it in ways that leave us awestruck and humbled. If these ancient accounts have sparked your curiosity or stirred your faith, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which of these time anomalies resonates with you the most, and why? Have you discovered other biblical moments that feel like temporal leaps? Drop your ideas, share this video with someone who enjoys exploring life's biggest questions, and if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the unexplained. There's so much more to uncover in the pages of Scripture and beyond. Until next time, keep questioning, keep seeking, and remember, the universe is far more mysterious than we often dare to imagine. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.